Okay, hey everybody. I was just thinking about something and I thought I'm going to come on and share this with you. I was going to type it out, but I'll be honest, I don't like to type that much. So I figured it would be easier to tell you. We're in the car en route up to Ogden, which is an hour away for a soccer game, so it's a good time for me to talk. Okay, I was thinking about back when I started the bulaFIT program, which was in January. It'll be 3 years, so almost 3 years ago, and how it was so new to all of us and foreign to anything that I knew. And in fact, Owen, our trainer, he was newer to the bulaFIT program. He had done keto before, but not the whole system. And so, you know, he was telling us things, and you have to know that the bulaFIT group was a lot smaller at the time. It you know, now there's 12,000 people in it, but at the time it felt like you were getting this, you know, we would go on and ask a lot more questions and stuff. Now we have so many people in there that can help everybody because we're not all pioneers at it. But when we started, on every other diet that we had done, would always have like once a week a cheat meal or something like that. And it was okay. It didn't seem to affect me. But I remember one night, it was February 13th. We went out the night before Valentine's Day because all my kids had stuff going on Valentine's Day. I think some were even coming to our house with friends. So we're like, okay, let's go out. So we went out and we went to Texas Roadhouse, and I told my husband, we've been really good for like 3 weeks. Let's take a cheat meal. So when I had that mentality, my cheat meal was more something like as many rolls as I could eat till I felt sick to death. And I did. I left there feeling so incredibly sick, followed by this immense, that was so stupid. Why have I done that? And I'm sure some of you watching this have felt that before. Maybe not to the extreme I did, because I really felt so miserable. It's always that first really big cheat after you've been eating clean for so long where you're like, oh, okay, that's why I don't want to eat like that. And so that was like a Monday or Tuesday, I can't remember, but on Friday was our bulaFIT call with Captain Owen. And we got on, and during the week, it was funny. So there's another group out there that has weekly meetings, and I used to be a part of that diet group. And when they would have their meetings, I literally felt like it was, well, here's what I did this week, and I'll try better next week. Like it was a support group for starting over every week. Confessional for everything that you had done wrong. Well, during the week on the bulaFIT group, people had been saying stuff like, oh, I messed up, I did this. And it's one thing when you're starting to not understand keto and you make mistakes on accident, and yeah, we all do that for sure. I made a ton, and that's what I try to help people avoid, is the same mistakes that I made. But it's another thing when you just go out and go hog wild. So people had been saying that. Well, Owen got on there, and he was pretty direct. He was like, basically in a nutshell, I don't remember his words exactly, but like, okay, you guys, give me a break. It's okay to say no to stuff. It's okay not to cheat. It's okay to walk away from things. And then he said something. He said, you can do anything for 90 days. Just commit to me 90 days. And I remember in that moment, just completely getting the will and the determination that, yeah, stop, because at the time I didn't know this was going to be a lifestyle. I was treating it just like every other diet I had done. And so I remember at the time thinking, I can do this for 90 days. I'm going to commit to 90 days. If I eat something wrong on accident, that's different, right? But I'm not going to knowingly go out and blow it like I did earlier in the week. 90 days. Well, 6 weeks in, I remember looking at my husband going, I can do this for the rest of my life. And he said the exact same thing. And so we felt like we had more freedom with what we were eating. We felt like the sky was the limit. We were feeling better. He had gotten off of his cholesterol medication. I can say that because it's my husband. And his numbers were all in the normal range. My skin, all of my rashes that I had had my entire life were completely gone. And for me, that was enough, because those used to be treated with cortisone and prednisone shots. And that was life-changing for me. So yeah, over the course of doing it all, I lost almost 60 pounds. My husband lost a little bit over 50, but the side effects and the energy and everything else was so much better. So the reason I'm sharing this story with you is because I really, really, really want you to commit to not going down that rabbit hole during this challenge. Like, you're at work, there's treats in the break room, walk away. You're going to actually feel way more powerful and feel more in control when you walk away versus when they take control of you. And so, you know, and it doesn't mean no forever on some of those things. So this is where my life has changed and where things have gotten different for me, is now this is my lifestyle when I'm at home. But when I go on a vacation, like my sister's in England right now. She's in Europe, not just England. Like, she's there for the next 3 weeks. She's 100% keto and it's a lifestyle for her, but she's on vacation and she will probably experience some of the foods there that are not ketogenic. And when she comes home, she'll jump right back on. And that's because it's her lifestyle. So what I'm challenging you is, in the first 90 days, before you are fat adapted, because you can get away with that. Like, if I were to go on a trip now and fall out of ketosis because I ate something, I can get back in ketosis almost immediately because my body's totally fat adapted. But give yourself the time and the energy, put it into it, do it with what works in your lifestyle, and just commit. That's it. Just commit. I remember Owen ripping into me that day and it completely flipping a switch inside of me. And I'm so glad that I listened to him, because that was the day that my life literally changed. And it's one of the reasons why I'm so completely passionate about sharing this with everybody and helping people succeed, because weight loss is really the side effect. You know, the health benefits and the preventative, the things you're preventing in the future, you'll never know because you probably won't get them. You know, that's what I feel like. I feel like, okay, I'm preventing things that could be happening because everybody around me, it just seems like there's some sort of ailment in their life. And so, challenge you to stick with it, and to just keep moving forward and make good choices and share your successes. Like, hey, I was at work today, it was someone's birthday, somebody brought cupcakes in, I walked away, or I pulled my prepared treats out of my desk and I had treats at the same time. You know, people have a way of making us feel bad when we're eating differently than them, but it's not really that we need to feel bad. It's kind of more that they're feeling bad that they're not making the same choices we are, and I really feel strongly about that. When I look at the people in my life who've given me grief over what I'm doing, a lot of that was more in the beginning. A lot of them are with me now and doing it with me, but not all of them. And when I look at those people, it's sometimes I feel like it's because they feel like they can't make the same choices. Not always, but some particular people, I know that's the case. So don't let that bring you down, and just be strong and move forward and live in your power, because you can do this and you're going to feel so much better when you do. Anyway, that is my coaching moment for you today. I just wanted to share that with you because I've had moments where I have gone down that rabbit hole and they're filled with regret. And let me add one last thing. I always say it's not a cheat, it's a choice when I decide to go off. So, for example, when I go on a cruise, I love cruising. When I go on a cruise, I typically will eat keto the entire week until the very last day. I'll kind of do what I want and eat what I want. Usually it comes down to nachos because I just love tortilla chips. But I do that on the last day because I don't want to be tempted the rest of the week. And then I don't feel any guilt because it was a choice I made ahead of time. The times when I would feel bad about it or make myself feel sick is like when the neighbor shows up with a loaf of hot bread and I wasn't planning on eating it, and all of a sudden I eat it and I went against what my plans were for the day. So for me, when I do those things, it's a choice and it's not a cheat, but just be prepared for it. And if it happens, don't bring yourself down, just jump back on. That's not what this is about either. But I just want you to commit, even if it's 30 days. And then from there, you're going to go another 30 days and another 30 days. you're going to feel the reward of doing that. Anyway, I will talk to you all later. Bye.